Robin, thank you for joining us from JetBlue's headquarters there in New York. You guys announced last week that you're adding 24 new routes, primarily to leisure destinations, Florida, the Caribbean, Latin America. Give me your sense of the overall market right now, especially as you look out over the next 3 to 6 months.
Hi, Phil. Good to speak to you again. Yep, we're right here in New York. As you've heard me say before, we are very focused on the domestic market. The international flying we have is very close to home. We're very leisure focused. And so we continue to see opportunities as we start to see a little bit of recovery here. We are still in very challenging times, but we have seen over the last few weeks some small improvements in demand. And I really think our focus in the domestic market, our nimbleness, means that we are able to move quickly to take advantage of those. Our number one priority at the moment remains reducing cash burn. So where we see some flying, we can add to our schedule to bring down our cash burn. We're well positioned to take advantage of that.
Robin, where is your cash burn right now?
We guided cash burn for the third quarter between $7 to $9 million a day.
And you're generally in that area. I know you have earnings coming up, and there's a protocol for this, but nothing out of the ordinary. You're basically hitting what you expected.
Yeah, we're doing very well on the cost side, and we've had a few good weeks on revenue. But as you know, Phil, it's very volatile. We saw improvements earlier in the summer. It went down. It went down again as the case counts increased. We see the revenue performance very correlated to what we're seeing in the country with case counts. So it's very hard to look out more than a couple of weeks ahead at the moment.
Robin, earlier this summer, you guys agreed to the terms of a Treasury loan for $1.4 billion. But like other airlines, you guys said, look, we'll agree to these terms, but we haven't finalized whether or not we're going to take out that loan. The decision is by the end of this month for you and for other airlines. Have you decided whether or not you're going to take out that Treasury loan, or are you going to forego that loan?
So we've been very active raising money in the private markets, Phil. We still have options to do that. And as you say, we'll make a decision on the government loan by the end of September.
There is at least one analyst out there who believes that you're going to see an industry recovery by the end of next year, pre-pandemic levels. Others are saying, wait a second, that's way too optimistic. What do you see when you look out, let's say, 12 to 18 months?
Well, I do believe that there is a lot of pent-up demand for leisure travel. There's a lot of people who want to go and see friends and family. I want to get over to the UK to see some of my family. I haven't been able to do that. So we know that demand is there. We think that has the possibility to come back as early as 2021, really linked to people's comfort around flying. I think a vaccine will help us tremendously. I think what's uncertain and what might take longer to come back is the business travel, because I think some forms of business travel may be gone for a lot longer than just a year or so. We've all got used to this video conferencing that we've been using. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I think people are going to be more thoughtful. Companies are going to be more thoughtful about spending on business travel, and that's what could take longer to recover.
Robin, it's Kelly. I appreciate you joining us. And I just wanted to ask about these routes that you're adding in Florida and the Caribbean. Where are you seeing traffic and travel most pick up right now? What's your forecast of that? And where are the places that you might leave behind for good after the pandemic?
Well, again, I don't know if we're ready to answer the question what we may leave behind for good. What we do know is about 15 to 20% of our flying at JetBlue is business travel, and as I've said before, we think that's going to take a lot longer to come back. We've seen some international markets, places like Cancun, Aruba, Montego Bay, develop very good protocols for testing, for creating a welcoming experience for people whilst keeping it safe from a public health perspective. We're seeing very good demand there. We're seeing pretty healthy demand to places like the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. So, what we're seeing is where we see the demand, we'll add the flying. And the other thing that we do at JetBlue is if a few days out we have individual flights that aren't covering the cost of cash, we'll combine that with other flights that day. So we can get people to where they want to go, but we also make sure that we focus on continuing to execute on the importance of preserving our cash.